First Alert forecast from 15 News.
Right, 6:47 is the time. If you're just now joining us, a happy Saturday to you, the second day of spring, and we are welcoming unseasonable warmth across southern Wisconsin for the day today. And taking a look at the almanac here in Madison, we're forecasting a high of 72 degrees, which puts us 26 degrees above that average of 46. The record, 83, set back in 2012, so not close to our record for the day today, but definitely unseasonable warmth headed our way regardless of where you are. And I want to show you our monthly average high temperatures. Again, for the month of March, 44 degrees. The average high today for the 21st is 46. But taking a look at the months ahead, you can see 69 for the average high in May. So the day today, March 21st, is going to be feeling more like a day in the middle of May than here in late March. So make sure you're getting out and about and enjoying it. We are starting the morning off with quite a bit of cloud cover, even a little bit of fog out there. Maybe you're noticing just a little bit of mist, but this is going to be out of here relatively quickly. 44 degrees for the start. So a very mild start in terms of temperatures. Southerly winds right now at 7 miles an hour. We have temperatures ranging from the middle and upper 30s to the northeast to the low to mid 40s to the southwest, and we'll warm things up really pretty quickly here as we head through the rest of the morning and into the afternoon. So we do have this area of low pressure passing by to the north of here, bringing some precipitation to the far northern part of the state there into the UP as well. But here in southern Wisconsin, we're really just getting the cloud cover from this system, and you can see some clear skies out to the west. That's what we're getting into as we head through the rest of your Saturday. So again, maybe just some drizzle out there as this system passes through, but otherwise just mostly cloudy skies with some pretty quiet conditions to start the morning. And this warm front is progressing toward the region along with this area of low pressure, so that paired with some breezy and at times gusty winds into your Saturday afternoon, that'll help boost those temperatures well above normal as we head into the afternoon. Mostly sunny skies. This is 1 o'clock, but on the backside of this low is a cold front, and that's what's going to move through later this evening. You can see northerly winds working in behind that front, and that's going to bring us some big changes heading into your Sunday. Clouds move in along with that front as we head into the evening tonight. A few light showers, maybe even a little bit of a wintry mix towards central Wisconsin where temperatures are a bit cooler. Not much moisture to work with. It is not going to be much. The bigger thing you'll notice is going to be a drop in temperatures. We'll stick with clouds for the better part of the afternoon. Here's 2 o'clock, but gradually decreasing from north to south as we head through the day, setting us up for plenty of sunshine for your Monday as we start the new work week. So in terms of that rainfall potential, again, really not much moisture to work with, just a few light spotty showers, several spots really just looking at totals under 1/10 of an inch. So not going to be anything that impacts your plans as we head through the rest of the weekend. But before that gets here, mostly sunny today, 72 the high with breezy southerly winds, 42 this evening, partly cloudy skies, and a high of only 45 for the day tomorrow with those northerly winds bringing in some cooler air. So here's a look at the rest of the week. 47 Monday, pretty seasonable. Again, our average high is 46. Temperatures continue to moderate into the 50s through the middle of the week with that next best chance of rain not arriving until later Wednesday into your Thursday.